Hi everyone, Jamie here. Welcome back to my garden, my very cold, overcast garden. And I know I laugh when I say that, and I laugh when I talk about the cold, because I know so many of you laugh when I say it, because here in California, cold for us is like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We're 44 degrees right now. So I am cold right now. And my garden is definitely starting to feel the effects of the winter cold. California winter cold, I will say. I always crack up when you guys are like, it's 29 here right now. I would be inside canceling videos like, oh my goodness, the world would stop if we got down to 29 here. So anyway, today I really want to get some really good garden cleanup done. I really want to focus on the long border. This year, I've been trying to leave my annuals in for as long as possible and postpone my cleanup for as long as possible so I could see how long they can last. But it's been cold enough that we're really starting to see the effects, and it's really starting to look kind of messy. So I definitely want to do some good cleanup today. So my goal is to get the long border. Hopefully I can get the whole long border, but I don't know how long it's going to take because I do have a lot of weeds in here. Like you can see all here, weeds that I'm going to have to come in and I'm going to have to pull. And so I think that that's going to take me quite a long time. My favorite tool to use for weeding right now is, where is it? Here it is. It's my Japanese hand weeder, and that just kind of rips the weeds off, like rips their heads off basically. And this works really, really well. So this should help me go a little bit faster with the weeds, but we'll see how far I get. So I want to cut back my hibiscus here. I want to cut back a lot of my Supertunias. I think I'll probably just pull this. I think this is Tiara Blue. I think I'll just pull that because that looks about done. I've left in some of my other Supertunias in the rest of my garden because they still look okay, but some of them are looking a little like basically done, I would say. So more Summerific hibiscus right here, but look how good the Kufia is still looking. This is Vermillionaire Kufia. It is like happy as a clam here in 44 degrees. Perfectly happy. So I'll leave that. The other thing that's perfectly happy is my summer break Alstroemeria. Look at how great this looks. This is just so beautiful, and I love it right next to the Wichita Blue Juniper. So that's going to be pretty easy cleanup. I do have all over here to clean up as well. There's just a lot of stuff to do. So I just want to get started on it and see how far I can get with some of this winter garden cleanup here in the long border. The other reason why I want to get this area cleaned up is I want to see kind of what I have left in the long border, because I want to start my planning for the long border. I want to like make a map of all of this and really start thinking about the plants that I want to put in this. This whole planting was beautiful this year, but it was definitely an afterthought planting. It was all the plants that I kind of had left over, and I just threw them in the long border just to get something in there. So this next year, I really want to like have a design and have a plan for this area over here. So by getting all the other stuff out, it'll allow me to see the perennials and the shrubs that I have and the trees that I have in here, and then I can kind of plan around that.
So every once in a while, with recording myself working out in the garden, I kick myself because I forget to press the record button. But here you can see the before, where I started in the long border, and then the after. I had gotten some weeding done and pulled some of the Supertunia Vista bubblegum. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming of me working out in the garden and getting some good winter cleanup done. You'll notice I'm leaving a lot of my Supertunias in. Some of them are past the point of no return, and I know they won't come back next year, but specifically Supertunia Vista bubblegum, it's still looking pretty good in my garden, and so I just cut it back a little bit, but I left about 6 to 12 inches of foliage to hopefully protect the root, and hopefully it will overwinter to next year. Wouldn't that be wonderful if I could get another round of Supertunia Vista bubblegum? And I've had a lot of you who are in the same zone 9B as me and above, say that you've been able to overwinter your Supertunia Vista bubblegum. So I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes, but everybody cross your fingers for me.
Okay, if you get squeamish, avert your eyes right now. Look at this slug. Look at this, buddy. That's disgusting. That's the biggest slug I've ever seen. No, I do not want you to eat that. That is the biggest slug I've ever seen in my entire life. That is absolutely nasty. Oh my God. Okay, let me show you guys what I've got done thus far. I think I've been working for like an hour and a half and I'm about to here. So that's pretty good. I've gotten pretty far on the long border. Just kind of cleaned everything up. Don't look over here because this all needs to be cleaned up, but I've decided just to start right here and work my way over. I did cut back some of the Supertunia Vista bubble gum. I have 2 of them left. One of them succumbed to the cold, or I don't know, it wasn't doing good. But I'm going to leave these 2 here to see if they overwinter. I did cut back the Summerific hibiscus right here. I didn't cut them back all the way because I don't like to cut them back all the way until about February. And if you can see, I left a bunch of leaves around the crown to protect the crown. But a lot of you have said that you guys cut it back all the way in the fall and they do fine. So, you kind of just got to play with it. But I've always left them up until about February. One thing that I did notice when I was weeding all here is that my compost has really piled up. So I put compost here and then I also put wood chips, and you can see the wood chips have all broken down, and now I have nice, beautiful compost right here, but it's like piled high, and I want to put a rock border. I want to continue the rock border right here. So I'm going to have to come in here with a shovel and move some of this compost back. But look how good that looks. Isn't that great? And that's just from the arborist wood chips breaking down really well. So I'm happy with that. I need to mulch this area again, but it's definitely, the compost and the wood chips are definitely doing their job because the soil over here was absolutely terrible. And now it's looking actually really, really good. So then kind of just cleaned some things up. I had a whole bunch of weeds coming over from my neighbor's yard. So cleaned those up by the fence, pulled out the Supertunia Tiara Blue that was here. I ended up leaving the Lantana because that looked good. And with Lantana, you want to leave it again to protect it. The foliage will protect it from the cold. So I just kind of cleaned it up just a little bit. I have 2 more Supertunias over here. This is a Pugster Amethyst Budlias, and you don't want to cut those back until February either. So I just left those. And then I was noticing that my Magnolia stellata is looking so good. I have so many buds on it. I love this tree. It is so beautiful. Early spring, it gets these white, beautiful blooms that look like octopus, and they're so fun. And so it's really fun to see the buds here, even as it's losing all its leaves. So that's, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how many Uficas I have on here. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. That is so fun. So these are all praying mantis egg sacs. Is it 4? No, it's 3. Look at that. That is incredible. That is amazing. That is really, really exciting to see. So anyway, really great. And then I finally started on to these Summerific hibiscus. These are the cookies and cream Summerific hibiscus. They didn't perform as well for me. I think maybe because they didn't have enough sun back here. But I started cutting them back, and that's when I found that monster slug. That was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. So anyway, I got to here. I'm going to continue on some more.
Are you done, buddy? Are you ready to go inside? Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, so I got a lot done today. I'm really happy with everything I got done. Look how neat this looks, right? And so I made it all the way from the beginning of the long border or end, however you want to say it, all the way to about over here and I finished off cutting back the coreopsis. And I'm almost done. I'm so close, but I have to admit, I'm really tired right now. I've been working out here for a couple hours, and I think I'm just going to call it. The Supertunia Vista bubblegum is still looking pretty good, so I think I'll leave that for a little while. I also have the Vibrant Violet Virtuoso Dahlias. I think I'm going to leave those to protect them from the cold. I'm going to leave the foliage on top. Of course, my Buddleia over here, I'm going to leave until January or February. And then I just have a bunch of stuff to clean up over here. So almost done, but overall, I think it's looking really good and it's all nice and cleaned up for the winter time. One thing though is now that it's all cleaned up, I'm really noticing how bad the edge looks, like how much of the compost and the mulch have slid over the edge. So I'm definitely going to have to get a shovel out and dig a trench all along the driveway before I start putting all the rocks. I still have more rocks here before I start putting all the rocks further down the border. We got it started over here, but we just need to keep going. So lots of progress. That's a job for another day. I am definitely tired. So anyway, all in all, a good day's work out in the garden, and I can even say I'm not cold anymore. I've been working so hard that I've warmed up. I might even say I'm comfortable. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.